Hi everyone, I'm Lindsay, and today on Sweet Talk, I'm making a crowd-pleasing classic simple layer cake with vanilla buttercream. I'm starting by creaming my butter and sugar, so here I have a stand mixer fitted with the paddle attachment and 1 stick of unsalted butter that's room temperature. To that I'm adding 1.5 cups of granulated sugar. I'm gonna let this go on medium-high for a minute or two until it's light and fluffy. So while this is beating, I'll get going on my dry ingredients. Here I have 2 cups of all-purpose flour. To that I'm adding a tablespoon of baking powder and a ½ teaspoon of fine salt. Fine salt is saltier than kosher salt, so if you're using kosher salt at home, you'll want to use more, maybe like a teaspoon instead of ½ teaspoon. So next, give this a quick whisk. Make sure the baking powder is all combined with the flour so you don't get patches of bubbles in your cake. All right. This looks light and fluffy. I'm gonna give it a quick scrape with my spatula. And next I'm adding my eggs. And as you guys know, baking is a science, so here it's really important that your eggs are room temperature. If all of your dairy, your eggs, your milk, if that's all room temperature, you'll have no trouble mixing your cake batter. So I'm adding 3 eggs, 1 at a time. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Now, as you can see, because our eggs were room temp, this is a nice, smooth batter. So I'll give this 1 more scrape before we add our dry ingredients. So I'm just going to lift this up, and this is the flour, baking powder, and salt. Just dump all of that in. All right, so get that mixing. Start on low, of course, so you don't get flour everywhere. Then when everything's just about mixed in, add your milk. Just let that incorporate a little bit. Just like that, it comes together so easily. And now I have a little flour left in here, as you can see, but I like to give this the last few scrapes by hand so that you're not over mixing your batter. This prevents it from getting too tough. Now I'm ready to pour into my prepared pans. So here I have 2 8-inch cake pans. They've been buttered, put a round of parchment in the bottom, and then buttered again to make sure nothing sticks. And now just divide it. If you have a scale at home, I know some people like using a scale to weigh these out and make them perfectly even. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it here. So I'll just smooth this with a small offset spatula. All right, that looks beautiful. So now I'm ready to go into the oven with these. They're going into my 350-degree oven for about 35 minutes until they spring back when poked with your finger. So while my cake is baking, I'm moving on to my buttercream. This is an American buttercream, so it's basically made by blending butter and confectioner sugar. I'm adding a little bit of cream cheese to make it tangy, and it adds just this special flavor to the buttercream. So this is a stick of unsalted butter. To that I'm adding 4 ounces of cream cheese. This is also room temperature to help it come together really easily. So now let this go on medium-high for a couple minutes until it is nice and fluffy. Now I'm adding my confectioner sugar. So I like to just add this a little bit at a time. This is 5 cups of confectioner sugar, and I'm adding it about 1 cup at a time. It helps it blend in really nicely, and you won't have any lumps, but you don't have to sift. Let's add this first one in. Let the mixer go for a little bit. All right, my next cup here. Kind of tricky getting this in without spilling it. Right, just like that. You have to be a little bit patient with this one. What I love about American buttercream is that you don't have to make a meringue, you're not whisking egg whites over the stove. It's usually just butter, sugar, a little milk, flavoring. It comes together so fast. I think I'm just gonna scrape the last little bit in here from the bowl. It seems like a lot of sugar, but because of the cream cheese, it's really nice, a little tangy, and not too sweet. All right. right, and our last batch. All right, so right now my buttercream is looking pretty thick. So I'm adding a 1/4 cup of room temperature whole milk, and that will help lighten it up and make it really fluffy. I'm also gonna add a 1/4 teaspoon of fine salt. A little salty always helps balance the sweet and I think really brings out the flavor of the vanilla. I'm adding a 1/2 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. And since you're just flavoring this vanilla, you really want to use the good stuff. You could even use a vanilla bean if you want to, but you want to make sure that it is pure vanilla. All right, so now I'm gonna let this mix for about 3 minutes so that it's super smooth and fluffy. All the milk's incorporated, and while that's mixing, I'm gonna grab my cake layers. All right. Frosting looks lovely, and I am ready to decorate. I usually like to use a rotating cake stand when I'm decorating, but since this one's so simple, I'm just gonna decorate it right on my cake plate here. So I like to put a little bit on an offset spatula, put it down like that, and then I'm also going to use these handy little parchment strips and put them around the borders of the cake plate so that if I get any icing onto the plate, it's really easy to just remove and keep your cake plate clean. Now I'm gonna take this first one and put it right side up into the center of the cake plate. That little piece of buttercream helps anchor it so it doesn't wiggle around too much. And now I'm going to take a cup of buttercream and use that to layer the cake. If you wanted to, you could totally make this into a 4-layer cake and just divide these layers in half. And then you'd have to use a little bit less buttercream in between each layer. But it's really impressive when you have a couple more layers. But as I said, this is a simple layer cake, so I'm gonna just do 2. All right, so now smooth this so it's an even layer. And now I'm going to put the second layer on upside down. As you can see, this gives a nice flat surface for a smooth cake. And I forgot to mention this earlier, but my cakes were on the cooling rack. You wanna make sure they're cooled completely before you start, because otherwise you will have a soupy mess of melted buttercream. So now I'm just taking the rest of my buttercream, I'm going to frost the outside of the cake. And everyone has a different method here. Some people like to use piping bags. Some people start around the edges. I like to start on the top and then frost around and down the sides. So now I'm going to remove these parchment paper strips, just like that. And as you can see, it really helps with cleanup, so you have a nice, clean cake plate. Now I'm gonna add a few swoops. So you can either use an offset like this, give it a nice swoopy effect, or you can use the back of a spoon like this one, which I think a lot more people have at home. And you just kind of give it some nice texture. It'd be fun to add some rainbow sprinkles, maybe some little candy flowers or something. All right, I think that's looking pretty good. All right, and I mean, have to make sure it's safe for your friends to eat, right? So you could put this in the fridge. If you're keeping it overnight, you'll want to cover it with a cake dome or a large bowl that's large enough so that it doesn't touch the cake, obviously. You want to make sure that you bring it to room temp before serving. That way you can have the most tender cake and the most luscious frosting. I'm obviously going to dig in right now. This is always a little tricky getting that first slice. One of Martha's tricks is to cut the slice next to it. That helps you remove the cake. So let's see here. It's a very tender, fluffy cake, as you can see. Wow, this looks so good. Buttery vanilla cake. It's vanilla, but sometimes it's good to go back to the basics. This one is a guaranteed hit. You'll really love this. If you're enjoying this video, be sure to like, subscribe. We have so many great fun videos on the Everyday Food channel.